Hey guys, I'm Mike, and now that we've seen the first trailer for Solo, what are the odds this movie will actually be any good?
It's approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
41 years after we first met Han Solo, we're finally gonna find out what makes this scoundrel tick. But I'm just not sure if I ever wanted that in the first place, or if this movie is even going to do him justice. When it comes to Solo, I hate to say it, but I've got a
Bad feeling about this.
Before we get started, I want to make myself perfectly clear. This movie could still be awesome. I actually think Rogue One is the best post-Disney Star Wars movie, and that production went through almost as much shit as Solo. And let's be honest, it came out on the other side smelling like a rose. That Darth Vader scene is probably one of Darth Vader's most iconic moments, and we only have it because of the reshoots. Now, I'm not trying to organize a boycott or say Ron Howard is ruining my childhood. I mean, I'm still gonna see it. And so are millions of other people, and a lot of them are going to love it. I don't want to shit on anyone's enthusiasm, but I have some really high standards for Han Solo. He means a lot to me personally, even more than Luke Skywalker. And I can definitely understand why fans were so upset at Luke's flawed, almost cowardly portrayal in The Last Jedi. I have very similar concerns for Han. I mean, his character has already been nerfed once. And with Solo, I'm nervous he's gonna lose that amoral charm once he gets an origin. I always loved that Han represented the gray area between the light side and the dark, because I personally couldn't relate to either side.
What good's your reward if you ain't around to use it?
And it's a lot easier to do that when the character is a man of mystery. Okay, it's not a total mystery since it looks like the movie is resurrecting some of his old expanded universe backstory. In the EU, Han was an orphan on the streets of Corellia when an old crook named Garrus Shrike found him and raised him. And no, that's not Woody Harrelson's character. Basically, Shrike was the Yondu to Han's Star-Lord, only not nearly as nice.
I'm sorry I didn't do none of it right. I'm damn lucky you, my boy.
Han was desperate to fly a ship of his own, so he enlisted with the Empire and became a TIE pilot, which explains why he's so good at outmaneuvering them. He was court-martialed and discharged after helping Chewie escape Imperial slavery, and for years the two adventured across the galaxy in an old ship they won in a game of Corellia Spike, which is an alternate of Sabak. Sabak. Sabak? Sabak.
Sabak.
The details will be different in Solo, but the EU already offered you a perfectly good origin if you wanted it. You can also just ignore it, which is exactly what George Lucas was planning on doing in Episode 3. You know that big battle on Kashyyyk at the end? Han was going to appear as a feral child raised among the Wookiees.
See the concept art for it?
No, I don't want to see the
It's
concept.
like a little orphan boy in
Yeah,
rags.
oh my god, he's Mowgli.
He is Mowgli, basically.
They just turned him into f***ing Mowgli. This would have completely trumped the much cooler EU canon, and we would have been stuck with it
forever. Forever. Forever.
Yes.
just like we're stuck with Boba Fett being a weird little clone instead of a badass exiled soldier named Jaster Muriel. And now, like it or not, we're gonna have to live with Solo. Whatever canon you had in your mind, it's gonna be gone come Memorial Day, and so is that sense of mystery that made Han so awesome in the first place. It's like Harrison Ford said, he's got no mama, no papa, and he's got no story. Well, now he's getting one. And honestly, I'm not sure it's strong enough to justify erasing the EU origin, or the one we built in our own heads. There wasn't anything in the teaser that raised alarm bells for me, but I'm more concerned about what we didn't see. You remember the first Force Awakens trailer? Let me set the stage, right? It's been 10 years since we've seen any new live action Star Wars anything. And then the Millennium Falcon flies out, there's TIE fighters, they look slightly different, but still noticeably TIE fighters, X-Wings, lightsabers, a stormtrooper without a helmet, which means that there's finally a stormtrooper with its own identity, and of course, Han and Chewie.
We're home.
It showed us everything familiar and awesome that we love about Star Wars, but it didn't give us anything about the plot. It just showed us enough to intrigue us about how all the old things we loved will fit into this new trilogy. Now, look at the Solo teasers. What do I give a shit about this freight train or this car chase on a slippery road? I mean, I get that it looks kind of like American graffiti, but these things don't even have wheels. We can't even call them cars.
But that can't be your car. It must be your mama's car.
And judging from the internet's reaction, Lando was the star of the trailer. But honestly, it would have been nice to literally hear him say anything.
What have you done to my ship?
Your ship? Hey, remember, you lost her to me fair and square.
It could have even been, I fold. You know how the teaser should have opened? A pair of Imperial officer boots step out onto the deck of a Star Destroyer, and there we see Han Solo, arms behind his back, standing at attention in his naval officer uniform. But we didn't see that. Instead, all we did was hear him get recruited to join the Imperial fleet. And we also didn't hear anything about the Kessel Run or life debts. And there wasn't a glimpse of Boba Fett or Jabba the Hutt. Now, let's not even pretend that all that stuff isn't gonna be in the movie. That's why they're making the damn thing. That tells me they're worried about putting their best stuff in the trailer because that's all they've got. And they don't have anything better in store for the actual film than moments Red Letter Media predicted 6 months ago. They can't show us what we want to see because without them, there's nothing left to justify actually buying a ticket, which they don't need to justify because literally I will buy a ticket sight unseen with just the words Solo, a Star Wars story on it. They already have my money. And I'm sure they already have yours if you've managed to make it this far into this video. The teasers make it seem like we're getting a paint-by-numbers Han Solo flick without much else to offer, which is exactly what happens when you allegedly fire talented directors like Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. These guys somehow managed to make the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street work, but they got dumped for the dude who made the Da Vinci Code. You know, your mom's favorite movie. Now, instead of an improv comedy starring the coolest motherfuckers in the galaxy, it's a movie about space Fonzie, directed by Richie Cunningham. Don't get me wrong, Ron Howard is a total pro, and I love movies like Backdraft and Apollo 13. But after switching directors 3/4 of the way through the production, it's a straight up miracle he's getting this movie out the door on time. But even if it somehow avoids being a Justice League level dumpster fire, after the bold new direction of The Last Jedi, it just feels like Solo is taking Star Wars one step back. There's definitely room for actors sharing a role in Star Wars. As far as I'm concerned, Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor are both Obi-Wan. But when it comes to Alden Ehrenreich, well, all we really have to go on are like the 2 lines he flubs in the trailer, plus rumors that he sucks so bad on set he needed an acting coach.
Say your line exactly as I'm about to, just as I'm about to do.
Sure, okay.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
I'm trying to say that, Mr. Lawrence.
Lawrence?
Let's face it, Harrison Ford's charismatic performance is the character.
Hey, it's me.
But since he's not gonna be around forever, Lucasfilm had 2 options. Let Han die with dignity and move on to new stories, or recast him and cash in with a prequel series you can exploit till the dewbacks come home.
Look both ways, dewback!
Instead of committing one way or the other, now it looks like Disney is going to have their cake and eat it too. Whether you loved it or hated it, The Last Jedi was all about moving on from yesteryear and creating a new future instead of dwelling on ancient legends and worn-out heroes. But now Solo seems like they're pulling back on their bold new direction and treading water in the very shallow and very profitable sea of nostalgia. After The Last Jedi, Solo seems like Disney is trying to have it both ways, and honestly, maybe they can. If you want the saga to evolve beyond the past, there's no reason to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Maybe Solo is a necessary nod to the series' roots, a way of keeping the past alive and keeping new fans coming back to the original classics. You can have your fresh-faced new vision for the Star Wars saga as long as you pay proper tribute to the classics we all fell in love with in the first place. Emphasis on proper, because given what I've seen so far, it looks like Lucasfilm is blowing their 1 in a million shot. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Please keep in mind that this video is solely my own opinion, and now I kind of want to hear yours. What did you guys think of the Solo trailer? What are you looking forward to? And bonus points for you guys if you manage to not use the words fun or Lando. Please leave your comment below, and as always, please subscribe to Now This Nerd.